All right, so let's look. We're going to have a great show today. Up first, we have Horizmok. I don't know. 25 years old, got into chess late, and would love to try to make a run competing. Just joined a month ago, and I want to adjust I do want to adjust the little thing, it's not big enough for me. I like big. So I maybe move touch. No, here maybe. So there you go. You can see the dude just started. We have fantastic ideas for developing this beautiful, beautiful thing that we're going to call what are we going to call it, Kraai? No, I don't know how to make correcto mund. I want correcto mund. It would have to be like this, dude. The heat map. In any case, you can see that dude just started writing it in now. Let's see if we can make it a little cleaner. Okay, still not bueno. Not bueno, like this. Okay, that looks pretty good. There's Horizmok. Maybe we can do it a little bit better, just a touch better. We'll make it a little bigger here, yes, to see Horizmok. Okay, so as you can see, dude has graduated a couple times. He's got this amazing graph going up, and great. Has not done any tactics tests. We'd like to see that. And let's see, we got clubs. Canada. You can see he's got a Canada cap up there. This dude's definitely Canada. And then we got activity. He's been doing a lot of tactics. It looks like we might not have any games. Let's see if that's true. Boom. We do. We got a game. So wait a second. Horizmok, the first thing you could do is you did a game. So you should give yourself credit over here. Knows his name is gone. How did I fix that? I don't know how. Maybe DM Hokey's working behind the scenes. I don't know. Is that? No. DM Jesse Kraai not knows, dude. DM Hokey's here for the win, dude. He's here for the win. I still need to make Shadoub here. See, it's just not happy with this screen capture today. Just, why is it so hard today? I don't know, but we are really trying hard. See, and then I lose it. See, a DM Hokey, this is why I need more space, spouse. I'm so happy you're watching. See, I don't have the space to get everything on here. And I can temporarily do it like that to get the full business that I need. And then this thing, how come I'm not, sometimes I can't even, wait, boss, how come it's so hard? How come I can't get, the full activity graph of this dude? Huh? Maybe we just move it a little bit, just a touch. Ah, man, it's so hard. Okay, wait, this is very difficult. I try maybe like this, maybe. It is very difficult for Minch. So, it's still very unsatisfying. Okay, here we go. So, this is Horizmok. That's the best we can do right now. All right, so in any case, we got a game to look at. And we're going to go games. And we're going to go Positiva Horizmok. And whoa. This one, however, is not annotated. Maybe that's why he didn't give himself credit. This one's also not annotated. All right, so we're not going to look at those. Horizmok, congratulations on graduating. All right, next up, we have Case and F. Case and F does not say anything. Let's click over here. Case and F doesn't have any heat map. We want a heat map. Case and F. We want a heat map. Okay, so we got 2 checkmate tests. Good. Those look encouraging. And then, yeah, and that's also encouraging. Maybe a PR survival. You haven't done it much. We want to see some tactics tests over here too. All right, clubs. No. Activity. Okay, dude's doing some good work. And if we want to just go back one, I guess all of it is in this cohort here. Yeah. Why not duplicate that scene, then crop the heat map and put it above your cam? Well, dude, why don't I just make it larger and then, yeah, make it larger. I don't know. Yeah, the heat, yeah, you're asking a lot, dude. Okay, so in any case, this dude doesn't have it. I might do it, DMOK. I might do it. That's like next level, but I might do it. We just got the heat map, so it is kind of a new thing. All right, let's go games for Kaysen. Oh, Kaysen's got some good work. At least it looks like good work. Let's click. And we got some games. Good. So first things first, no times. So I'm going to mark this, and then the next thing, we're going to go to our game review window. And this is Kaysen F's games. So the time control, a little bit unclear to me. Okay, so this looks like it was OTB. And one of the things I'll say, Kaysen, it might seem at first too much to ask, but when you're playing, it'll help you slow down too. When you're playing OTB, just write it on this, right? You could write it the times every move, or you could write it every fifth move. It would give you and us a story for what the clock time was. Here he's playing somebody who is significantly higher rated. He says he didn't feel like he stand a chance, but he still gave it his all. All right, here we go. So far you're playing GM level. D5, maybe you can play chess like this. Check. Check. Now, first check wasn't a real check, right? Knight c6. Maybe bishop d7 is a little bit better than knight c6. Okay, let me stress, knight e5 is controversial because it is not a developing move. Okay, so that's the problem with knight e5. The moves that make sense here are d4 and castles. Knight e5 will be good if you actually have a threat, but as you can see, dude just goes here, and now we don't got anything. So you took and played here, check to the miserable king. Check. And here you say, I looked at three possible moves, queen e2, knight e2, knight e3. Okay. And you say not queen e2 because a queen trade would free his bishop. Okay. I kind of like that. Now, what we should say, though, is the knight on c4 is a pretty good knight. It's a pretty good knight. All right, so knight e3, g6. Good move. Yeah, see, so the e-pawn wants to move, but the queen's in the middle, in the way, so g6 makes sense. I'm hoping you played rook e1 here. Good move. Knight c3, dc3. Good move. I like dc3. You could have done the other one too, but this one frees both your queen and your bishop. B takes frees your bishop technically, but it doesn't have that much of a future over there. Good move, castles. Notice that he's not afraid of any discoveries with the knight, because there's no good place for you to put it. High Leviathan. And now you play c4, and I agree with you, it's not a good move. Let's see what you write. Not a good move. I had poor judgment here and thought that would freeze up the double pawns and his bishop. But I overlooked that he could do bishop a6 because he did that next. Now, by the way, I don't think bishop a6 is a great move. But let's talk about why c4 is wrong. Main reason is because it's not a developing move. That's the main reason. The second reason, though, is this pawn is doing a pretty good job blunting the bishop, right? So now that being said, I want to say this is not the easiest situation to know what to do for white. I don't know off the top of my head either what you should do. We should also suspect that black is mostly or should be okay, right? Should be okay. One very basic move, for example, would be h3. Now that looks like a weenie move, but the idea is to play knight g4 next, to open up the rook and to open up the bishop, right? And long term, we'll solve our back rank problem. Okay, so here we go. Now, something I want to stress, Kaysen, is so far, you haven't hung anything and you're doing fine, but the two mistakes you've made, c4 and knight e5, have to do with moving, not developing, right? One was moving a developed piece twice, and this is moving a pawn twice. And this one in particular, I don't like because we're just opening that beast. Now, the reason bishop a6 I'm not sure about, okay, is because the bishop might get slammed there. That is, if we can control c4, then the bishop on a6 looks really, really bad. Queen e2, rook a d8, and then here you do the bummer. All right, Len Book, thank you for raiding us, man. We're doing the Dojo Training Program here. This is the under 1000s, people who've progressed 100 points. Now, thank you for raiding. Hope you had a good stream. People always say that when I raid their streams. Hope you had a good stream. So let's talk about this. Before, your mistakes were having to do with development, and here we're hanging something big time. We'll talk about why it's an important pawn, but I just want to stress, the path to 1000 for you is not, the stuff with the development is going to help, but the real thing is going to be the deciding factor, as we see in all these grad shows, is, are you hanging stuff, right? Now, I still think that you're doing fine because I don't like this bishop. It looks poor to me. So the simplistic move that I would do, if I came up with nothing else, would just be rook b1 and b3, and that way we body slam this bishop. And, that bishop's going to have to go away and fight another day. Yeah. Apparently, though, what I did, Charles Hamilton, is I switched bodies with no's, at least for a moment. All right, so then we got bishop d2. Now we're in trouble. And the real bummer is now this pawn is kind of weak because it's not going to be able to get supported. Simple chess. Now he's threatening c4. Yeah, this is a hard life. Now, one thing we should say is, because of the opposite color bishops, you do have a modicum of hope. I don't think it's a very good one in this position, mostly because this guy's body slammed. He's kept out of the game. But you do have a modicum of hope. So let's show how it ended, and I'll show you what I think you could have done here then after. a3, e6. I don't like e6 too much. Rook d6, and then bang. No good. Okay, so one thing I want to show you is I think a good move to try would be bishop d8. You're still in big trouble, but the point would be if he moves the pawn anywhere, we'd be able to get bishop f6, and once we get that, we're going to have good counterplay. Black has to be very, let's say, safe and play rook e8. Yeah. And then we're still in trouble. And that's because his pieces are more active than ours. All right. So, Bruce Wayne asks, why rook on BM? I don't know what that means. So, all right. Good game. Good game. That was Kaysen. And now we're going to go change the scene. Bam. Not that one, buddy. Not that one. That was from a video I did just a second ago. You got to be careful what scenes you show here. There could be some illicit stuff going on. All right, next up we have J-Noun. And what does J-Noun got to say? I love ChessDojo for the structuring framework that is proposed, prioritizing activities by level. I used to spend a lot of time watching opening videos, definitely not what you want to do at your level. But now my priority is on tactical exercising. Analyzing games without looking at the automatic analysis is super educational, even if you don't see everything. I have a problem with the use of time. I think I need to think before playing, yeah, and my score in rapid game does not progress. I even lose for lack of time in classic games of 30 minutes while I dominate. My main difficulty comes from my poor level in English, it's a Frenchie, which prevents me from exchanges with other members of the cohort. The few French in the cohort have a level too high for me. Okay, well, let's go take a look at your profile. There's a number of things that I want to talk about there. So here we go. Let's open this link. And this is JNown. And you know what we're going to do? This is what we're going to do, my friends. We're going to jadoob this a second. We're going to make a little jadoob. Just bear with me a second. So this is too small. And what DM Hokey wants me to do, see, he wants me to go to town over here. We'll make this bad boy kind of big. And then we're going to go window capture. Boom. And we're going to say, okay. And now check this out, boss. We're going to go zippity doodah, zippity day. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. And we're going to put it right there. Bang. Bang. Now, it's still kind of, you know what, though? I can make it bigger like that. I can make it bigger. Some people think they see words in the heat map. Could be. Here I feel like I see some letters. You know, some people see faces. But that's what we're seeing over here. And what we're looking at with this Frenchie, let me tell you my diagnosis here, Mr. Frenchie, is you guys, dude, you guys just take the summer off. And weekends and sometimes Wednesdays. Our boy Pruess was over there and his kids didn't even go to school on Wednesdays. Dude, what are you guys doing over there? People work, my friend. They're doing stuff. And you guys just take the summer off. A lot of dojoers, honestly, took the summer off. And now we're coming back. So you are very typical in that way. All right, let's continue diagnosing this profile. We got... we got some checkmate tests, good. And we want some tactics tests. This looks appropriate to your level. And now we want to look clubs in the French Dojo Club. So, right, it is definitely a dream of the dojo that there would be enough people in that club that you'd be able to find somebody at your level. Now let's just go over here. We'll go this by cohort. And so there's you, Jay. Now you got this dude Cedric. Cedric's doing some stuff over there that maybe you could work with. You're very close to Cedric, actually. But Cedric is not maybe particularly active. He hasn't done much over here recently. Now, of course, because DM Hokey made me do this thing with the screen, it doesn't look correctamundo anymore. You know, that's DM Hokey's fault. But in any case, this dude, see, now you guys can't see it. See, this is DM Hokey's fault. Let's see here. Anyways, this, I'm looking at, just showing. So this is the French club. There's JNown right there, Bumblebee. And I just organized it by cohort, right? In any case, I appreciate very much what you're saying. We have like a very successful German club. They're talking. We have guys in Portuguese club. They're talking, doing their thing. And then, of course, we have I mentioned the Germans. The Germans, I would say, are the most intense in the dojo. They got it going on. Charles Hamilton says, being French is something the dojo can't fix, sadly. But that's the next step. That's true. That's right. We could fix you. We got some Frenchies here. We got some Frenchies. I just finished a great book about the French Revolution called Citizens by a dude named Shama. And oh my God, dude. Oh my God, the French, man. Oh la la, buddy. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. He's in the French Dojo Club, and we've doing a lot of work. This looks great. This is a great macro distribution. Also great that you're not doing any or basically no openings. Okay, so let's check out your games. And if I remember right, you said you were having trouble with the times. So let's get in here. This is J noun. And we're going to call these light annotations. And it's all messed up now, Kraai. Okay, first thing we're going to see if there's a time graph. So let me just fix this. This is the time graph here. Now, at least for this game, which was a 30-20, this time graph looks mostly okay. You know, we could argue maybe towards the end, maybe you could have used a little bit more time. But the time here, at least in this game, looks reasonable. All right, let's go to our little game review thing here. Now, definitely J noun, it will help if you can do more annotations, right? This is pretty light. All right, let's mark this as reviewed. All right, let's take a look. Fine, a little weird by your opponent. Okay, you're doing great. You're doing great. And now E5. And then knight H5. So I think one of the things to say about this is now you're going to lose a pawn, right? So in that case, the mistake is not bishop G3 over here after E5, knight H5. It's E5, right? That's the mistake, right? Other moves to me that look good are bishop B5, bishop E2, as long as you develop. So this is losing a pawn. And now black, I think, is doing good. Not a good... Now, by the way, it's a little hard. It's a little hard. And queen E2, you know, honestly, it looks really terrible. but at least, you know. Now, one thing we want to do in the annotations is to think of a better move when you say, you know, you don't like queen E2. So, for example, I like bishop b5 check. And then if you like queen e2, then play queen e2. I kind of like the queen there because it's pressuring the pawn. And then maybe you can castle long, you know, with a little bit of pressure on the guy. So, queen e2, bishop b7. Castle's a good move. Knight d7. Now, one thing I wanted you to see, actually, is this is kind of spicy for black, knight e5. Because we're threatening queen b5 now. And if bishop d5, then we'll give him ye old castles, and that's what we call a pin in the business. It's very unpleasant. Okay. Now he's holding his pawn. Queen e3. I don't know quite what that does, but you have to fix your bishop. Now maybe bishop b5. Now let's just say this is some French attacking stuff. And by the way, this knight e6 move, I don't know, I couldn't tell you right away what's going on, but it looks to me like a great move. That looks like a great move, and it also looks to me like you found it, which is good. That's a fantastic move. Yeah. And what this means, too, is I think h6 is a mistake if you can play knight e6 after that, right? It looks like then a mistake. Austin Mahogi, holy smokes, Boomer is an OBS pro. That's right, I am an OBS pro. So by the way, this knight e6 that you found, that's good chess. Let's just look at that. It's just great chess right there. Knight f6. Doesn't look good to me, knight f6. Now you take it. You at least say thank you one time. Now, maybe knight d5, but that is very dangerous for Mr. Dude to be playing. Now you play queen e2. The big question is, pop, pop, pop. Are you winning this ball game? To me, it looks like you're winning this ball game. That's what it looks like. So this knight takes d5 was a self-pin, right? There's a self-pin situation. Some people are under the mistaken idea that pawns are people. Pawns are not people. Pieces are people. All right, here we go. So queen e2. Notice black could get out of the pin with knight c3 because they're tapping the queen. Now notice you're criticizing things, but like, you know, after h5, it's the moves before that you should criticize, not these ones. Rook e8, that's kind of weird. Bang, that's no good. Yeah. All right, so things went bad. You know, honestly, although the annotations were light, I think what I want you to see is everybody's annotation journey usually starts a little rocky. Like at the first, you don't know how to do it. There's not know where to put, how to organize your thoughts. Maybe you don't see the questions. And so I think the main thing, this will help you with your time management too, is, for example, when you say question mark, tell us what you should have done, right? And there's a couple spots in here where you put the question mark on the wrong spot, because here the milk's already gone bad in this position for you, right? So you need to figure out what happened before that got you in this position, right? So it's kind of like, it's like when you're giving a question mark when you feel bad about the position instead of how it became bad in the first place. But very good start, and let's go back. So, boops and boops. Next we got, just a warrior of chess improvement, Amgazabab. Dude, this guy's, he's crushing it all the time. Let's read what he says. 5 classical games played in this cohort before graduating, 4 wins and 1 loss. Amazing to only play 5 and then make it. Plus 2 others that ended early, and I haven't counted. One due to an early blunder, and the other due to problems with the internet. I have started annotating the games in Spanish. I feel more comfortable with it. Okay, so check it out, Jay, now. We got some people doing it in Spanish. My Spanish, I would say I'm an 800. I'm an 800 in Spanish. German, I'm like a 2200, you know. So I can do the Spanish. Now, if you wrote it in French, you know, I might not do too well, but I think I could do chess French. I could read I could have a sense of what you're saying. So I actually want to encourage people, if you want to write it in your local language, that's fine. And we've had even Dutch players. My Dutch, I would say I'm about a 300, just because I know German. I got a 300 or 400 rating in Dutch. You know, so the problem, of course, is other people in the dojo might just be like, dude, I don't know. I think Portuguese would be the hardest for me. Obviously, something like Chinese, I got no chance. Korean, no chance. But the real point to say, though, is when you're doing the annotations, it's very important to try to be as articulate as possible, right? And so I definitely encourage people, if you are not a native speaker and you feel more comfortable writing in your native language, fine, fantastic. And of course, one of the things about the dojo that's like a dream of the dojo is the more we grow, the better we are at a variety of things. And then the obvious thing in this regard is the more people we have, the more people we're going to have in, say, that French club, the Spanish club here is huge, you know, and they are interacting with each other, doing postmortems together. Fantastic. Yeah. I can say Kuppenhauen, Quadexi. I can say Kuppenhauen. I can do that, buddy. I got taught how to say that that one word, dude. All right, here we go. Here's Amgazabab. And let's go over here. And Amgazabab's, and by the way, DMHokey, you can see what I mean when I switch all these scenes. It only works when we come to the profile bows. It doesn't work when I'm on the other page. Okay, I just want you guys to observe the dedication of Amgazabab, all right? And I'm going to say something really dumb and obvious. The people who are making progress are the people who are boom, boom, boom every day. And that's what Amgazabab, amongst others, is doing. I have dreams for developing this heat map to make it look even cooler, but you can see the work is being done. See, I told you, Quadex, see? That's the one thing I can do, man. That's the one thing I can do. And I remember I was taught that Copenhagen means like Copenhagen, as we'd say in English. Haven is like German for Hafen, which means like a port or, haven. And then Köppen is from like the old word for merchants. So it's like a merchant's port. See, I'm pretty good, dude. I'm pretty good. Okay, let's go see clubs. And actually, wait. First, dude, he's doing all his tactics over here. So that looks really good. And then we go clubs. See, there we go. This Spanish club. And hopefully we'll get more. I know there's more than 29, so maybe this club can grow a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna look. I think we did this. Oh, that looks great, dude. That looks really good. And we want to go down one. So yeah, well, very well done over here. Now we're going to go games. Here's our game. We're going to pick one. Now we're going to first look at the time graph. Here's the time graph that we're looking at. You can see it's a 30-30. Pretty good. Pretty good. And our boy is black, and we like the fact that we are playing somebody that we use more time than they did. As I say on every show, a problem with playing online games is you're going to run into people who are distracted, and they'll often just be moving super quick, right? Okay. And as you can see, we got some Spanish going on here. All right, so I'm going to do my best to translate some of this Spanish into just my common chump GM language. Do you guys in Dojo ban players from Blitz? No, it just doesn't count towards progress. I play Blitz sometimes for fun myself. People sometimes think I'm setting a bad example for the children, when I play the Blitz, but I'll play the Blitz sometimes. All right, so. Okay. All right, so I got it. I got it. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like the English. A lot of Spanish people don't like the English, too. It's that whole Armada thing. No one knows why they were blown off course and didn't sack the island. But ever since then, they're not really pumped on the English. So here we go. Knight f6. G3, fine. E6, fine. Fine. I love, too, that you are just doing basic, you're just describing the basic ideas, which is fantastic. Good development, CD, ED. Now let's read what you're saying here. As I said before, I take back to control the square E4. I'm pretty good, man. I'm not too excited about his fianchetto. Okay. Now, one of the things I want you to say, actually, about this C takes, which was an inaccuracy from White, is that he freed your bishop, which was your biggest problem. Okay? So that's why, in this position, GMs will generally play D4. Okay? And, of course, they're a little scared about D takes C4. We all understand, right? But when they take, now that guy's out. All right, so D4, and now you play knight C6. Okay. Now, first of all, I like that you criticize this move, but I'm ultimately happy that you're just developing. One thing that I think you can tell yourself is, before you even do anything else, it's good to castle. just to see, because you know you're going to castle, and then you can figure out what to do next. Carafan asks, do people in the dojo describe every game like this? Is called annotating a game. And, yeah, not everybody does it in Spanish. See, I got an 800. I'm an 800 rated Spanish speaker, okay? One thing I want to share is a lot of people know that I'll yell at them if they don't develop a piece. But in this position, at some point, we really would like to play c6. So, for example, you talk about c5, and maybe that's playable, but the reason I'm not really thrilled about it is you are giving the knight and bishop life onto this square and pawn. So at some point, you don't have to do it right away. c6 is a nice move. Let's just put it on the board here to say, you know what? Knight is dead, bishop is dead, right? All right, here we go. Knight f3, castles. a3, poor. Bishop f5, good move. b4, not great. All right, rook e8, good move. Castles, and now you played a6. Now, so controlling the jump of the knight, a6. So what he's saying, yeah, there he's got his arrow. But that knight is, no, that would be a bad move. That would be moving a developed piece twice. So we have to ask ourselves, well, what should we do? And that's kind of interesting. I like knight e4. It actually has a threat, and if he takes, then we're going to win this pawn. So that's good. And one of the things to see about this is I kind of want my bishop here. I want to get this rook free. See? So this is moving a developed piece twice. It's true, but it's got a threat, and if they defend, maybe as they should, I continue. See? And the main purpose is to get this bad boy open. Okay. So, yell at yourself when, and I'll help with the yelling. When you move a when you don't develop. Knight e5. You like that move? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, good. Now, we're losing a pawn though, boss. Do we really have to lose a pawn? For example, there's a variety of ways you don't lose a pawn. For one, you could move the knight. I know that's sad, but then next move c6. Another way not to lose the pawn is play bishop b6, and the pressure here will probably mean he takes. We recapture, and we're holding our pawn. So, with the exchanges, I win a pawn. But Amkazabab, he's the one winning a pawn, buddy. He's the one winning a pawn. See, that my Spanish grammar is pretty good there. Rook a d8, and now he blows it. Queen b3, knight d2. Very good. Very nice, simple chess. Let's read what you write. My goal is to offer a trade on h3. Okay, now this is, I'm going to say my 800 level Spanish is a little rough here. Okay, so I think he's, yeah, dude, El Enroque. I think that's like to try to break down the castled position. I think that's what that means. Now, I like Queen e6, by the way. And we should say that I believe you're winning this position, but we have to be careful because this guy in particular is strong. And what we really want to do is trade off stuff. So Queen e6 is a good move. I want you to play bishop h3, though. Yeah. f3, I don't know. Good move. Queen c5, that doesn't do anything. Bam! Bam! Yeah. This is great. And how one of the things you can see, actually, I want you to this is maybe a slightly high level thing, but it's so clear in this position, is that, so maybe we can talk about it. When you got two rooks against a rook and a minor, it's always good to trade the rooks, because here his bishop and rook are doing different jobs. They do different things. That's why they may be a good team. Your rooks are doing the same. So by trading one off, now it's just this big fat rook. It's just this big fatty. There's nothing that white can do about it. Good move. Simple. It's good chess. Good move. Simple chess. Good move. Simple chess. Good move. Very nice. You're mating this dude. Thank you very much. Simple chess. Don't hang your queen. Good. And he resigns. And actually, I learned a new Spanish word, and black resigns. Se rinden. I didn't know that word, but I can tell that means resigns. Okay, well done. Well done. And let's go back. We're going to change this scene, which I always forget to do. And next up, we have David. And it looks like we have three more today, who have graduated. Oh, 4 more. Oh my God, 5 more. What? These people are killing me today. We got 5 more today. That's fine. Let's see what's going on with David. All right. And there we see. By the way, one of the things we just want to say is once the heat map was activated, people started using it. And David is an example in case. At the end of the show, I'm going to log my own business. And I am too. You'll see I started doing every day. I was doing it kind of like every week. I would tabulate what I had done, but I wasn't being as religious about it. And now it's turning into this religious thing. It's like I come in, instead of prayer, I come in here and log my business. Okay, so we got 1 tactics test she did very well on. We want to see some more. Clubs, SF Bay Area, that's the home of the dojo activity. All right, looks like a lot of tactics. What do we got going on here? So basically, right, dude is doing a lot of stuff, and even like when we say chess tactics from scratch, we only did a little bit, but that's a little bit higher level than where you should probably be. He's done maiden 1s. Be better to be doing the maiden 2s at this point from where he's at. And I think winning chess tactics, that's a little bit advanced from where he is too. So he really focused on the tactics. Okay, so I have a feeling we're not going to see any games. Just based on that, let's see. No games. So David, you're doing great with the tactics. I strongly encourage you to do some games. Next up, we have Kay Borman. See, it's all messed up, DM Hokie. It's all messed up. It's your fault. It's your fault, DM Hokie. Yeah, we got the 50 plus club. That's right, I'm in that club. Yeah. Kay Borman says, happy to graduate and work on some new material. We're going to get a badge pretty soon, like a 50 plus badge, 65 plus badge, that kind of thing. Happy to graduate and work on some new material. I've been playing 3 classical online tournaments a week, and it's been a lot of fun, but I need to invest more time on the study part. I find the study time to be relaxing, and all of these games have been quite stressful. I'm slowly trying to figure out why I'm playing my worst moves in each game and minimize them over the long term. The program is amazing and has helped me a lot. Okay, good. Let's go take a look. Look at Kay Borman, boss. Kay Borman is putting in the work, and I think he might be trying to spell something. I don't know what it is he's spelling in there, but it looks like, looks like one of those images they have you do to make sure you're a human or not. Maybe some numbers in there. Jake, we're going to do the Polgar. We're going to do that Polgar badge for sure. Now, Kay Borman, look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful graph. Yeah. In Philly, just north of me here, has graduated numerous times. Has been doing some tests. Oh, dude, Kay Borman is bringing it. This is the real thing. All right, clubs. Let's go Philly Dojo. Chess moms and dads. I think there was an attempt to one, what is it called? The Mainline Club. I don't know where you are in Philly, but I think that's also a specific club in Philly. Okay, so now we got games. No, let's go activity. Look at this dude, he's killing it. Wait, but we want to go down one. So this did 103 hours to make it. Lots of games and analysis. This is what it should look like. Okay, this is great. All right, games, we got some. All right. Okay, Borman, you've probably heard me say this before, but soon we want you to do an OTB game. And you got the ability there in Philly. There's some cool stuff going on in Philly. All right, here we go. Fine. Bishop g4. Now this is a fancy move. And after bishop e2, you say, I'm sure there's a better idea than moving the bishop a second time, but the bishop on e2 has some defensive and attacking ideas. And then queen b3, good. I think that's the problem with bishop g4. Getting a taco here and a taco here. Here or there, here a taco, there a taco, everywhere a taco. Okay, so bishop e2. Now, queen b3, I want to admit, is a move that might be a little hard to find. But the reluctance you should feel is that on bishop e2, you're losing a tempo. e6. Okay, good move. Good move, e4, very good. Black has slightly better development, so e4 might be risky. Right. The problem, of course, is you got to fix your bishop on c1. e5, good move. And now you have a big choice. Do we play d5? Do we take? I like what you did. And the reason I like it is because when they take and you recapture, you now have won a tempo, right? So they take, that wasn't winning a tempo, but you take back, that's very much a tempo. Okay, so bishop g5. All right, key position for black, and I love how you played it, dude. This is really good. So watch what happens. H6, and then we get this bad boy, and it's a little uncomfortable because queen e7, knight d5. So you talk about rook e8, bishop c3, and queen e8. Great annotations. One thing I'll point out is that the kind of usual chump GM thing to do here is to play c6, okay? And the idea is simply to prevent the knight from doing his nasty business. Okay, so h6, exclamation. What I love about it is you're just developing with full ferocity. Queen e7, boom, I like it. Queen e6, and now you have a nice, simple tactic. Bang! Very nice. This is a great game, Kay Borman. Oh, dude, this is the real thing. And you got a feel for the guy because gf6 is, I mean, I think it's close to lost, honestly, because queen h5, you know, we're coming in. The tacos are going to get talked to. We got rook d3 coming. Oh, my gosh. This is horrendo. So he blunders it like this, and you say, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Simple and strong. You could play, I would say rook d7 would be the first thing that comes to my mind. But you're doing great. Good. Let me just point out, a little bit nicer might be queen d5, forcing a trade. Bad move, a6, thank you. You stay munch. Oh, look at this. Dude, look at this game from K. Borman, man. Oh. Yeah, sorry, my good friend. You are losing this one. Check to the miserable. Oh, dude. That was a really well-played game. That was a really, really well-played game. So I have hopes for K. Borman here. Now, K. Borman, a couple things. When you import the game, it is possible to get the times. Okay, we're working on making it cleaner for that to happen. I know, because you're not the only one who has that problem. But you get the times, it'll help you yourself and others just see what's going on during the game. This is really good, man. Dude, you're killing it. That was a very well played game. Very well played game. And the what are we gonna say? Bishop E2 was bad. Everything else was a great move. Yeah, how about that, dude? That was wonderful. All right, let's go back. And I'm just gonna reread this. So K. Borman, you're on my radar, buddy. You're on my radar. You're coming up. You're coming up. Okay. K. Borman is a beast. He is, yeah. So next up, we have Filippo. Let's see what Filippo has to say. Filippo joined very recently, has got himself a little bit of work, gained himself 40 points, and now is up there. We want him to do more of the stuff. He just started. Though. Clubs. All right, so we were talking about different languages. I think actually Italy, dude, I'm probably like rated 100. I ain't going to be able to read much of the Italy. All right. Activity. All right, just began. Probably no games. No games. That's okay. You just started, Filippo, and hopefully, we'll see some games and some other stuff when you graduate again. All right. Oh, Luis F. Dude, this guy's a legend. This guy's a legend of the dojo here. Luis F. said, regraduating after a double demotion because of the rating adjustment. It feels a bit like cheating, but the truth is that I have continued to improve since the demotion. So I guess this is the good one and not the previous one. Anyways, this happens on the same day I make 1 year in the dojo. In this period, I have gained 250 points ChessCom. Nice. Okay, yeah, Luis F., as I was saying, hero of the dojo. Oh, you guys, look at that. Look at that. This guy is on it, man. All right, let's read this. I don't think I remember reading this of Luis F. before. So let's go. Economist, 53 years old. I'm going to be 53 in about a couple months. Living near Madrid, married, 2 adult daughters. Oh, I'm not there, buddy. You got started earlier than I did. I had never played chess before, but the 2022 Candidates Tournament in Madrid inspired me to try. Now I'm loving it. I enjoy following a system rather than chasing a rating, and the dojo is exactly what I was looking for. My only aspiration is to be a decent player. Fantastic. And as you can see, Lewis's rating graph is absolutely fantastic going on over here. So, here we go. He's doing the tests. Oh, he's crushing it. Tactics look good. Tactics aren't the problem. Let's see clubs. We've got 50 plus, European, never too late. Yeah. Now, one thing I should say is this never too late club. If I could just I want it to subsume itself to the 50 plus club, because that's, I don't know, we don't need more than one 50 plus club. Okay. Also, I don't know, maybe you want to talk in English, but you could join a Spanish club too. All right, let's go over here. We're going to go back one, and we're going to look. What did Lewis do for this? A lot of work, 149 hours in this cohort. What's the non-dojo stuff? Amateur's Mind, Perpetual Chess Improvement. Okay, good, good. By the way, I think, actually I should check now. Maybe we'll even do a little listening party. Is that Kostya was on the latest Perpetual Chess. I haven't heard it yet, but he was on there talking about yada yada. Okay. So, this looks good. And now we're going to go games. And let's look over here. These look like they're all online games. It's weird. This first one is in the lower cohort, and this one's in a higher. Oh, it was probably because he was demoted. So let's do this one. First, just check the time. Ooh, what a time graph, my friends. Look at that one. Look at that time graph, dude. Holy moly. So both players got into hectic time trouble over here. Well, that's right, Charles Hamilton. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you that was a good move? You doubted. You doubted the dojo about that. All right, here we go. Game review. This is an Elite Chess League. Great. Here we go. So, Lewis F is making good developing moves. Now, the obvious thing, of course, is you are blocking your bishop, but I think you have an intention, and that's this thing. You say c4 was a few months ago. Lately, I'm playing c4, which is considered better. Okay, Lewis, time out. Don't worry about that stuff yet, boss. And I would say you have a simple goal for openings. Don't worry about the openings until you hit the 1200 cohort. Just trust the dojo, boss. Trust the dojo. This thing you're doing here is called the Kali-Sukkertort opening. Interesting. But we can just say here too, like, what are the critical moves? Like, let's just do a little experiment. What are the critical moves in this position that would be the most challenging? We can name them. Bishop f4, bishop g5, g3, c4, and even though knight c3 is weird because you're blocking the c-pawn, we got to mention it. Right? So those are all the moves that have to be correctamundo. Now, this doesn't ruin your game or anything. It just means you got to fix your bishop. And that's what you do here, b3. Okay. Okay, c takes, e takes. Fine. Okay, now, this move, bishop e2, maybe. I think a more aggressive option would be if we wanted to put our bishop here, but to do that, we kind of need to play a3. And I know, you'd be like, Kraai, don't you tell us not to do that. But notice, once putting the bishop on d3 isn't only about getting the bishop here, but later we're going to want to put the rook here. Okay, but that said, bishop e2 can't be bad. Good move. Notice what happened is we fixed our queen. One little nuance is you probably could have done this and then that. So here now it's just a small victory to get the Luft square for the king. Okay. And now you say knight df3 and you like black better. Let's read what you write. Defending d4 while developing. I would have liked to be able to leave the way open for f4 eventually, but with the black queen pointed at my king, right, so this guy, and the pressure already existing on e5, I thought this was good enough. The workload for the knight defending d4, e5 is a problem, though. I believe black is better at this point. Okay, I think you're fine. I think it's about equal. Rook f d8, and you play a good move here. c4, good. Queen b4, a little weird. Well, first of all, we know why he did it. He's worried about c5, right? So, by the way, look, your position's fine. And now you're creating a little drama for this guy. Yeah, there's some interesting little dramatic questions you're posing. Queen d3, wait move. Okay. Do we have to play wait move? Now, let me just say, besides it being a loss of tempo, it makes me nervous that this is going on, right? Okay. So we ask ourselves, forget about opening schmopening, right? What would be the moves here? Well, it's going to be something like that. Those are going to be the moves, right? Maybe we can come up with something fancier than that. But if we don't come up with anything better than queen d3, which does nothing, right? We're going to do rook d1. Now, granted, I shouldn't say you're doing nothing. I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to get a3 to work because you find this queen annoying. But the queen, honestly, is just being a chump over there. It doesn't really help. Put these rooks in the middle of the board. Those are developing moves. Boom, probably a good move. That'd be my first instinct too, because now this bad boy is unleashed. Probably forced, yeah. I don't know I don't get it. You're just losing time. I don't get that one either. Good move. Good move. All right. Now, back to the front. There we're just going to go back. We're going to sit on him a little bit. Good. Rook a c8. And now you play rook c1, which I don't like. Okay. Definitely the move that we want to really think about now is knight g5. To give him a couple questions about his life. And it's not so pleasant. If he takes, we make a taco, and we talk to this guy, and we talk to this guy. There's an obvious problem here. If rook here, then there's a couple things he's got to worry about. One is what's going to happen on bishop a3. Maybe we got something better than that too. But it's already, let's call it a nice thing that we got as business to move over there, right? One simple variation is, I don't know if simple, we go here, 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 bang. And what exactly is going on, I don't know, but it's good for you. That's what we know is good for you. You're talking to his coconut over here. Okay, so rook c1. You guys are kind of going back and forth here. And honestly, I can see from the time graph that now is the time where people are just moving, right? They're just moving around. So let's move around a little bit. Good move. Okay, we're messing with him now. What a mess. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, we got him. I would say you're definitely winning here after that. And now we're both players are like just moving 45 seconds each. Good move. No, fancy. Okay. Good. Oh, it's so hot. Okay. Good. Thank you. Good. Fancy. Unnecessary. This pawn is not really attacked because the queen is defending the knight. This also is a much better move. You talk about knight c7. Fantastic. Good move. I would have preferred rook ad1 just because I would have felt a little bit more confident about the f2 pawn. Good move. Bad move for black. He doesn't want to trade. Maybe he feels like he's got no choice. Rook f1. I rushed, exposing myself. It's okay. We got this check. You're doing fine. Oh, h3. So wait a second. You're saying, buddy, that there's no way, there's just no way for you to deal with the knight messing with you? Hold on. Hold on. Is it true? It would be kind of amazing if it was true. King h1 comes to mind. I don't know if he's got anything. No, it looks like you're fine. We don't want to give up the exchange. So now we have to win the game anew. That was a big blunder. Queen e5. Now you go queen g3, winning. Winning. Basically, you're up a pawn in the endgame. It's going to be winning. In the king and pawn endgame. Now you got to win it again. Oh, draw. Whew. Well, my friends, what I want you to see here is you had plenty of time still, and I think what you should definitely consider is Queen F4, and the game goes on. The game goes on. Is it easy to say what's happening? No, but you're the one with the better king, and I don't think he should trade. Okay, so Lewis F. Oh, dude, I love your progress, dude. I love the progress. Definitely want to encourage you to play some OTB there around Madrid. Let me just say, I have a vague sense. I have a great sense of what league play looks like in England, in Germany, and France. I assume there's going to be a similar situation there in Spain, where you can get on a team and play like a local league. Fantastic, really great. Okay, Lewis F. We're going to see you again because we're going to graduate again, my friend. Then we're going to go here, grad show. And now we got Marcelo. This is our last for the day. And Marcelo says, I have been following the Dojo channel for quite some time now, and I decided to join about a week ago. The gamification aspect of the learning process is certainly motivating. Another great aspect is the emphasis on playing longer games, which encourages deeper thinking. I have come to realize that in chess, the player who can think more deeply and anticipate their opponent's moves is more likely to succeed. I agree, yeah. If one cannot anticipate the next move, the game becomes more like a coin toss than a strategic contest. This is just my experience after 1 week in the dojo. Excited to see what else I can learn and improve on. As a suggestion, I believe that adding a timer for the different tasks within the app and on the website would be a valuable feature. Timer. Trying to imagine how that would work. We kind of do have a timer in the sense that after you do a task, you have, depending on the task, you have a certain amount of time before it runs out. We have to do it again, right? But I don't know quite what you mean with the timer. So let's go look at Marcelo. There was this physiotherapist who became obsessed with chess after losing too many times during the holidays. All right, we're going to follow. Now you can see the heat map. Oh man, it's looking good. And Marcelo was making a good go of it after joining a week ago, as he said, a week ago. All right, has even done some tests. All right. The test suggests that the tactics are his weak point. We'll see if that's true. He just joined a week ago. There's all kinds of things to be said there. Let's look at first clubs. Oh, he's in Italy, dude. Okay, here we go. So, activity. Looking fantastic, mostly tactics. Let's click on it. Everyone's first chess workbook. You just crushed the book. Fantastic. A great way to start. Done a touch of mate in twos, touch of the other things. Great. All right, let's see if we get a game. Already, so he's just here 1 week in the dojo, dude's already got a game. How about that? Come on. Boom. So first, let me just click. We're going to get a time graph. And the good news is Marcelo used more time. Let's just show it here. Oh, excuse me, time graph. Yeah. So dude used his time, his opponent, not so much. And when you're playing online, you're going to get a lot of these people. And as you said, Marcelo, these people who can't think, it's not like we're going to win automatically. We still have to do the work, but we should be able to beat these fools. Okay, so game review. Let's go over here. Okay, so boom. Good. Good. Fine. Ooh, now you miss a big chance. C4 wins the bishop. Ah! Oh no. Oh no, Marcelo, you had him, Bows. You had him. All right, knight f6. Bishop d6. You still had him, by the way. You still had him. No one's seeing him. Okay. c3. It probably would have been better maybe to take the pawn instead of losing a development move right there. Good. Good. Okay, and now notice, but this was a poor move. You know, taking was okay, but taking and playing rook e1, not okay, because now he's losing a tempo on the pawn. Now, bishop g4, very natural. Okay. Knight e5. Now, because I'm insane, I have a thought here. I don't know if it works. It's probably, maybe not. But I just think we should consider this crazy move. Does it work? I don't know. Okay? I don't know. But the point is, we're winning a valuable pawn, and we're preventing f3, because that's what the guy wants to do, right? And next move, we'll play queen h4. Very difficult for him to get at that bishop. And if g3, we say, no, mate, baby, mate. So it's difficult for white. I don't know the answer, if it's true. It would take some calculation, some thinking to see if we actually got away with this thing. Now, one cool thing maybe about even coming up with the idea of bishop f2 is that you say that you saw it coming. And you kind of went what they call loco in la cabeza over here, bud. You kind of went loco in la cabeza over here, buddy. So here we go. h3, bam! Perhaps this may not be the most suitable option, as my queen is currently under an X-ray attack. Boom. Now my knight is doomed. So I think what we should say is you missed knight d2, and that knight f3 was a very smart idea, right? Let's just show his idea, because I think he was hoping on this, and then it's very true. Look at that. That's the same mate that we saw earlier. But unfortunately, white develops a piece, and now we're toast. So, bishop d6, snip. Yeah, not looking too great. So, rook fe8, queen b3. Now, queen b3, I just want to say, doesn't look right to me. You're right. I believe this may have been an oversight, as his king's position appears to be somewhat vulnerable. Good. So a simple move would be maybe queen d2, something like that. In general, the queen wants to be close to her man when it might stand under attack. You make a very nice move here. Very nice. And now you go bishop f3. Good. Now, is he losing his mind with queen takes d5? It looks to me like he's losing his mind. So wait a second. Check here. This is not mate because of knight. Oh, look. Oh, yeah. It's not mate. And the queen is holding the rook. So there's our question right there, my friends. This isn't it, though, because he's just giving it to you. Now you got your piece back, and you're doing great. So rook f1. Now, something I want to say. Okay, great. So good notes. He says, on rook f1, he says, I thought this was a mating attack, but I failed to foresee knight g1. I should be more attentive. So here's, though, where you should, in your annotations, go back and say, well, what should I have done? And the first move that really comes to mind is rook f2. And, you know, they say that a rook on the 7th is very strong. It looks very strong here. However, your move should really be winning without much problemitos in the casitos. Right? Queen f4, good move. Queen f6, fine. Cheap threat. Bishop c5. At this point, I can acknowledge that this was a well-thought-out move, and h7 is certainly not a checkmate, even if my opponent had captured my rook. Dude, this is some dark stuff that you pulled here, Marcelo. Wait, why does the game end? Wait, let me read this again. At this point, I can acknowledge that this was a well-thought-out move, and h7 is certainly not a checkmate. Even if my opponent had captured my rook, I had potential counter moves like queen c6. Queen c6 is going to be mate. which would have resulted in mate. It is important for me to take the time to carefully consider my moves. But what happened here, bud? Did you resign or something? No comprende. No comprende what's going on. Because honestly, maybe you didn't see it. Like most chump GMs would just play G6, but your move is dark. Because, what are you doing here? You're allowing this. And then you say, welcome to the dojo over here. What is going on? You take once, you take twice, and then you say, checkmate, baby. Checkmate. I guess he resigned, dude. I guess he resigned. Okay. Whew, my friends, that was a good one. My eyes hurt a little bit, so I'm not going to play no blitz.